Hey there, everyone. Michael Damon here with the latest episode of Starbeam.one, Stand Up and Shine and Chill. It's a show I put together to keep people up to date with my project, Starbeam.one. It's modeled after the agile methodology of a stand-up where you tell your teammates what you're working on, what you're going to be working on, and any sort of friction points you may be encountering. And I've added so much more. Let's begin. Ha! Yes, still alive here. I took a month off from this show. I kind of hated it. But I kind of liked it at the same time. It was more of just, I just didn't want to have a show where I said nothing else had gotten done than the last time I had the show, and that was kind of irritating to me. But, I'm forcing myself to do this show, just kind of get back into it and kind of just catch up anything that's missed, and, celebrating here 5 years of just going at this and trying to make it happen. And I have to say that it's exciting and it's fun, but also I have to say I'm feeling like I'm hitting my limit here. 5 years of, producing something that I feel is great. I love the code. I love what I produce. Unfortunately, I haven't really made any money out of it. And so I'm getting to a point now where, especially with money dwindling, I'm kind of racing to the bottom here, so to speak, of figuring out what to do next. And Microsoft for Startup credits still ends in December, and I still have credits left over for there's another program that I went through with Microsoft. It's going to provide another year for that. So I have a little bit of a turbocharge, a booster after that. But still, there's a lot of questions remain to be answered, and I still have 2 months to answer them. And nothing's really clear right now. Such a lot of uncertainty and a lot of stress. And I'm actually really not trying to let the stress bother me that much. I feel that it will work its way out one way or another. I'll either pause operations or, maybe some funding will arrive and that will work out. And so moving on to that, I did find part-time work and I have been working on that. And that was actually part of the reason why I didn't want to do last show, is that I was in the middle of doing that part-time work and really a lot didn't get done. I was focused on that. And that's over now, and that's done, and that was a positive experience for the most part. There is a small matter that I haven't gotten paid yet, which is also kind of adding to the stress, or not. I'm not letting that bother me. But it's one of the things, it has to go through the state. So it's a great setup, and I'm really appreciative of it. But a lot of patience is required. There's a lot of parties involved, and hopefully the next week or so I will get paid with that. But still, turns out that I won't be getting paid as much as I thought I would be at the moment. So yeah, a lot of uncertainty right now, and I'm trying to figure out a way. Sort of the process has kind of taught me is that I want to figure out a way to work exclusively on Starbeam.one, and if that's possible, I'm just going to be fighting for that for the next 2 months. Hopefully I can figure that out. I like, helping out others where I can, but it's kind of shown me that it just takes a lot of churn. I'm working 8 hours a day, or part-time during the week, and just the smallest schedule bump really just throws me off with what I'm working on with Starbeam.one. And also, the same thing happens with Starbeam.one with just regular emergencies throughout the day. It just takes a little bit of a bump here with my maker schedule to get me in the zone. It really kind of affects that too. So fighting a lot with that, and again, just getting back to that 5-year marathon that I've been at. It's just getting, October of 2019. And I feel that I've done everything that I wanted to accomplish. I really, if I was going to do a retrospective, part of my hindsight here is that I wanted to build a marketplace, but I really didn't have a very specific idea for that, or a very novel specific idea. I just wanted to build a marketplace, and just the challenge of building a marketplace in its own was all consuming for me, and I did it, right? And I was able to do that, and for people who have known me for years and years, I've had a lot of ideas. I never really executed on them. So it's awesome to have that done, and I'm proud of that, but it's not making any money, right? So that was kind of the one thing, it's all these things you have to solve, all these problems, and it was just missing that one piece of a very viable business model and making it profitable. And so the other kind of thing here, is talking about business models. And now I have a business model. I have been kind of cooking on this idea for the past 2 weeks, and I'm actually really enthused about it. And it's just like, wow, if I would have thought of this a year and a half ago, like it just clicked. Like it's like I can see myself. This might actually be an option for me. I can see myself funding this idea with my own debt. So I have lines of credit that I could use. I've been really hesitant to use that, but this idea that I have now for a business model is unique and it's novel and it's just innovative enough, for lack of a better word, for me to use my own money, debt to fund it. So I'm almost considering that, but we still have 2 months, and I will be exploring avenues and options to do that. But I'm kind of like thinking to do that, it's going to take cycles from developing, right? So it's going to be really challenging, to get things in place to get back into the momentum where I was at. This is also kind of another issue. Hopefully, I can just end on this point that I've been, developing a lot, and I've been doing a lot of marketing a lot, and really, I'm kind of missing the days where I just develop. Really, spent a lot of time first 2 years, and I was really unknown at the time, and I'm still kind of unknown now with the only thing I have differently is that I have 1,700 followers on Twitter, which is nice, which is great, and I appreciate each and every one who follows me, who's not a bot, but still, I still feel I'm relatively unknown for the most part, and when I first started this project for the first 2.5 years, I felt like nothing could stop me code-wise. Like I was just constantly developing. I was spending 10 to 12 hours a day, no problem, no distractions. It was just coding. And I kind of miss that. I feel like if I get back to those roots where that's all I'm doing, maybe that's kind of what I need to do again. It's kind of just remove all distractions, remove all Twitter, remove all marketing, anything that is not to do with coding, anything that does not have anything to do with with coding, if you follow that. Just remove it, right? Coding is 100% what I do. It's my talent and it's my strength, and maybe I just need to go back to that. So, part of this is therapy. Welcome to my therapy session. Just kind of getting these ideas out, and put them out there. That's part of the, exercise of the show. We'll see where this goes. It's just sort of the, part of the process here, kind of, processing everything and, just putting it all together. Hopefully, I've got 2 months to do things. So, when I hear myself talk, I don't feel as down as I have been in my mind. Just like, wow, it's coming to two months now, figuring out an answer. So hopefully something will happen. Just kind of getting these things out, and maybe something will happen here, and we can take next steps. Okay, so getting back to these pausing operations. This is the last bullet point here. Might happen still. That's also a possibility. That would get me in a mode where I am completely focused on code, maybe for up to 6 months, maybe even longer. We'll see, and just have to figure that out. And if I did that, that would kind of actually be a big deal, because I would be, maybe just shutting down the site for an indeterminate amount of time. So I would, make it so that withdrawals could be made for people, at a certain amount, and so that everyone could get their money back. And also download all their content, so they have their content, because I will fight to make sure that the site gets back up, but there's a chance that it might not be. And so, you don't want that to happen, but in case that does, everyone got their money, and everyone got their, the content that is associated with their licenses. And so, we'll see. That's kind of another option too, kind of exploring that. And we'll see. And if I do that, maybe, or I'll have to process this, because there's I'm pausing it because I'm going to be building something else, right? I'm going to be building something new, and I'm hoping, in the spirit of Microsoft technology, to honor and respect the past, the legacy code, and make sure that that's pulled along for the ride and supported appropriately, and that's something that will be a focus for that. So making sure that all the licenses retain their value and retain their numbers and all that, and goes along with the new model if I create one, or when I create it and deploy it. So anyways, lots of thoughts out there, and hope you follow along. And it's already 10 minutes. Well, welcome aboard. Okay, so let's go to the next slide here. All right, I'm going to check, make sure I got my microphone on, and, after 10 minutes of talking, so what did I do? I actually, instead of fretting about how I'm going to be making money or how I'm going to be able to fund this project that's been going on for 5 years now, feeling, how marathon runners hit the wall. That's kind of how I feel right now. Like, I feel like I've hit that wall, and it's just like, whoa, where am I, and how do I go to this next step? How do I complete the goals here? And it's just, it's really challenging right now, and I'm just getting back into that Zen mode, right? Just don't let anything bother you, and everything will take care of itself. And there's a plan and all of that good news. And so I'm just kind of really just kind of keep focused on that, and let the cards fall where they may, as the saying goes. So, but I did get some work done. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to deploy it for testing. Maybe I'll be able to do that next month when things kind of calm down for me. There's just a lot of emotional bandwidth being taken right now with everything, and I was just like, I just don't know if I can deploy an environment and get that all for a demonstration. I'm also operating on 4 hours of sleep right now because of the Detroit Lions, go Lions, won last night, and that was like a late night for me. And so, I wake up really early in the morning, and I'm having to deal with that too. So hopefully that kind of explains that. But I did get the new publishing wizard together. That's all done, all 6 steps. And now I'm taking all the data from that and producing a new product with a new model. And that's taking a lot of effort to kind of reanalyze that and get into the zone there. And hopefully I will have that working here in the next week or so. Okay, what am I doing? Unfortunately, one of the other things I'm having brushing off the dust here, the PowerPoint was not cooperating with me in this image, and the image is not anywhere near where it should be. But you can just take my word for it that it's a new publishing wizard, create new products. That's kind of what I was just talking about in the previous slide. I'm making it so that all of the information, which is working really awesome now with our new wizard, it's just so much better. It's worth the wait. And I should also say, kind of the problem that I'm dealing with here is that I estimated that this new publishing wizard was going to take like 10 days, and it's taken 6 months. For one reason or another, it's just taken just really way longer than I was anticipating, and that's also been a morale dragger. As we'll talk about probably here in the next slide or two. But it's been really taking a lot of time. But that's what I'm doing now. I'm just churning through this as much as I can, and there's still a lot of work here to integrate it with the new model and whatnot, and that's hopefully what I'll have done here in the next week. Okay, so friction points, more of the same. That Chrome debugging, I modified that PowerPoint. I was using the web the web editor, and that's just not really working all that well. But that Chrome debugging is actually still in there. Still have problems with error reporting, not as bad though. And then build times, still there. It's better. It's about 40 maybe even up to 50% better with build times. This is for Razor. Razor files take a long time to build, and Microsoft, I'm checking their repository. They're doing work there, and we're being told that it's on the way. So we're just being patient with, getting the new magic there that's being built around Razor. And moving on to ReSharper here. One thing that I did do with my newly found part-time work funding is I bought a new CPU and a new hard drive SSD, and they work really well, and that's helped out a lot. So that's actually reduced a lot of the grief that I was experiencing with performance. I hate using hardware as a way to improve software issues, but in this case, there's no, when the team over there is telling you that there's nothing that we can do at the moment, or what the only thing that we can do is going to take months and months of work, I'm just like, this is the only option to do. So, spend $500 on a new CPU and hard drive and, 32 processors overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz. Yeah, it better work faster. So that's what I did, and it's working better. And so that's it's still there, right? And they still know about it. And turns out that after I purchased that $500 CPU and the hard drive, they said, oh yeah, we do see that there is an issue with a whole bunch of cascading files being modified, and we don't know what's going on there. But that is happening, and we're going to be looking into that. So there is some hope there that ReSharper will fix that issue. But outside of that, they are looking into IntelliSense and getting the sense about a 3 or 4 out of 10 that they're, where 10 being the best or the most, they're thinking about it. I'm getting the sense there will be some adjustments and some improvements there in the future. Okay, let's move on here. I saved that file, and I don't know if it popped up or not, but morale, I feel like this is a 5. I thought I'd put a 5 here, and it's not updating to the new, whatever. So I'll just have to look at PowerPoint and get that addressed. But morale, 2 months before I run out of money or make a major decision of pausing the site, which is going to be a lot of work, notifying people and making it so that they can withdraw money. That's not the difficult part. The difficult part is going to be downloading, making it so that everyone can just download their goods, their contents, their products, and then that's just going to be work, right? And hopefully I can avoid that. Ideally, we'll see. So yeah, not feeling really great about that, and we'll see how that progresses. Maybe it was schedule I set to 5. Maybe yeah. All right. A lot of moving pieces here. So and lack of sleep. So yeah, schedule's at 5. Yeah, that's actually what I did. So I moved that down I bumped that down, but man, morale's 5 too. It might even be a 4. Just not feeling all that great right now. Schedule again. Yeah. So I'm kind of jumping the gun here with saying that, it took 6 months to develop this wizard, and in hindsight, was that an oversight? Well, the wizard's awesome. Like, I'm really happy with the wizard now, so worth it. It's just a lot better with handling the data. It's it's coded better. It's a complete rewrite over a really important part of the application. The bad news is that with this new business model I have, I don't know if that's going to be really fits into it, but it's we'll see. It's just kind of one of those things where it's just in a very difficult place right now, and yeah, we'll just leave it at 5. Machines really I'm really interested in how this video is going to turn out, because my machines feels like it's really slow. So technology at 7.5. That CPU now that I have 32 processors overclocked at 4.8 gigahertz, which is actually warming my room up to between 75 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm getting some fans to kind of bring in cooler air. Yeah, it made things faster, but it's kind of hot around, Marketing's the same, 6.5, not really doing any of that. Support's same, not really new support tickets, but when they do, I'm all right with it. All right, so that's it. Thank you. Last slide here, almost 20 minutes of me jabbering away with the updates. So it's 2 months now of upgrading or updating with the latest news, and so hopefully that gives you an idea of where I'm at. Yeah, it's not really all that happy for me over here, but we still have 2 months to figure out something, and hopefully that happens. So thank you to everyone who still supports. We have a really active Twitter chat right now with the Vav Vortex community. Thank you to everyone who's been really supportive there and really active. Very much appreciate it. And that's really about it. Really appreciate the support and the activity where we have it. So thank you. And until next time, stay safe out there and stay bright. Goodbye.